Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm Sirserta, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a chicken farm that gives you tons of XP, tons of meat, tons of feathers, and restocks itself. How does that sound? Let's get into the video. Okay, so before we begin, I just want to point out that this actually wasn't my idea. I've got it from a friend on the realm who actually came up with this originally. And basically what happens is we have a heap of chickens in an area. Can be one block even, but one block isn't really gonna make as many chickens as we want. So it can be as big as this, even bigger if we want, but that just means more hoppers and everything. And basically how it operates is these chickens lay eggs when they've grown up, and I even have it running right now. So they lay eggs, and basically they feed into here. Right now we've just done a heap of killing, just testing out the machine. And so what happens is it runs through this sorting system here. As you can see, it's a very simple one, doesn't require much. Some redstone down there, of course. But what happens is it runs into here, sorts the feathers and the chicken out, and also puts eggs into these dispensers ready to go. But of course we've just refilled our chickens, so we haven't got as much as usual. But that is a quick rundown of it. I'm going to show you how it works exactly and what exactly happens. So basically, to refill it, it uses this dispenser on this clock circuit, and that in turn hatches chickens. They come up using a soul sand elevator, I guess you could call it, and they come into here and they grow up here. They just live here. And when we think it's time to harvest them and we've got enough, we can also grab some seeds and use that to feed them, but they're not grown up. And basically what we do when we feed them is make more. And we can fit quite a high number in it, so I'm just going to multiply these real quick, get a heap more, and we'll be right back with you. Okay, so we have now gotten them to a point where that entity cramming even. So we've got to get them out of this corner. And so you don't want them to get to the entity cramming point, because that will just be a waste. But what you can also do amid this all, and you can even see my FPS right now, it is suffering. I'm sorry to put you guys through this, but we can breed for more XP even, and it gives us a lot. So to get these up, you'll just, yeah, exactly, breed them, say, and that gives you more XP and gets their numbers up, ready to be harvested for more XP, because when we kill chickens, we get XP. I don't know how many times I said XP, but it sounded like a lot. Anyway, so continuing on, we want to start harvesting these, so we need to make sure that none keep getting made. And to do that, we need to flick this lever. As you can see, it is deactivating this hopper. So no more eggs will go into here and be projectiled out into more chickens. And now we just need to wait for this chest. You can see that there's some raw chicken coming in from entity cramming, but that can't be avoided. Okay, so to harvest these chickens, we want to have this chest, these hoppers with eggs. So it's going to take a while for these chickens to start laying eggs, since they've only recently been made. But it should happen fairly soon. So what we're going to be using to destroy these chickens, in words, is a sword with sweeping edge 3 and sharpness 5 is recommended. This basically allows us to kill almost, like, I don't know how many chickens, like 60 chickens in one slash, and it is very OP. And that is basically what helps you deal with them so quickly. But for that, we need to get these eggs. Okay, so a while later, we've gotten a full chest of eggs. This will take a while usually, but you don't want to be here all day just endlessly getting eggs. So what we need to do now is change our game mode to survival to show you how much XP we have, and slash XP add. Okay, there we go. We've just taken all the XP from ourselves, and we can get to slicing and dicing some chickens now. Yeah. So let's hop in, and I just want to show you how satisfying, and yeah, this is gonna be insane. And you can just see the XP flowing into my bar. It is ridiculous. Okay, so one slash we got 10 XP bars, so that is ridiculous. Let's try another one. And the second one we're not going to get as much because, of course, it's exponential, the XP. But we're still going to get a large amount. So I'm just going to kill these all real quick. So that we can have some peace and quiet finally. Oh, there's still one left. Okay, so with the excess... So now we have 23 bars of XP. That is quite a large amount considering that was just a full pen full of chickens. So easily, if you do this twice, you can easily get to well past 30. Level 30, of course. But with the excess, we want to put it in here, but we can't. So we just can empty it into these hoppers. Because everything else is full of eggs. And now, since we've got those eggs in our chest and we have no chickens here, we can start refilling. So I'm just going to do a quick time lapse of... Okay, so there's a slight issue with the redstone clock, and it wasn't exactly doing it properly. But that's okay, we'll just fix it. And now you can see how many chickens exactly are full on. Okay, so after about 10 minutes, we used up the full double chest full, and as you can see, we've got a lot of little chicks in here. And you can see that there is still lots of room that can be filled, of course. But we need to now, if left correctly, and not like used for like a while, these hoppers even will fill up, and that will cause more. So what we can do is continue to breed these up. Wow. And yeah, fast forward to that. So after, of course, they have bred up and everything and are continuing to mature, we can keep on breeding them. And I'm just gonna... Okay, so we got some more seeds and we can just keep breeding these up. We're gonna get a lot of them. But already we're on 23.5, I think, and now we're on 25. So yeah, this is another way to get more XP from them and breed them up at the same time for more XP. Okay, anyway, onto the tutorial. We want to basically just start with our basis, our little bit of a clock circuit that tells us that we are that creates our chickens for us, basically. And so what we want to do basically now is have I get that sort of design there. So basically what happens now if we got some chicken eggs, no eggs. Okay, so we have eggs in here. Needs a certain amount of eggs to reach around. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our another repeater there, then a full line coming in, and of course a line there to subtract it. And basically what happens is it senses that it's got more and it turns it off, giving us a full supply. That was a dropper, not a dispenser. Do not get those confused, otherwise it'll be very sad. So there we go. That'll basically burst them out and fill up our amount of chickens. So what we want next is our, I guess you could call it our elevator. Yeah, so what this is doing is when chickens grow, when we actually hatch a chicken, we want to be able to shoot it up into the holding area. So what we want to do is to allow room, for the sorting system, we need to basically just fully go 2 out. Yeah, 2 out it was. And so that allows us ample room. I'm gonna make this one a little bit more stylish. Then we come up here, fill this up with water so that we get the effect of soul sand on the water, and it pushes it up no matter what. Nothing can come down. And there we go. Okay, just a side note, we don't want this repeater actually running into it on this side. Otherwise, this hopper will deactivate every time that it's powered. So we actually want to reverse it so it doesn't do that. So we come here and we're like that. And there we go. This will now work fine, I guess. And yeah, okay. Cool. So now what we need to do is start the sorting system. We've already got the water in place. Hopefully we did it right. Otherwise, that will be very sad. So what we want is to just create our hoppers. So these are basically going to be coming out. What we want now is, I guess this can be just a straight shot. So what we're going to have is it coming across here, and basically if it reaches to here, comes down, it'll go straight into this hopper right here. But these two won't. They will basically, what will happen now is, okay, and so what happens is when we sort it allows these to pass into their correct spots. And what we now need is our sorting system. And to do that, we just want to bring 2 repeaters on the bottom with 3 line of redstone going down, and another block with 2 torches on this side. And this is expandable, so if you want to, for some odd reason, make more sorting areas, this is just a simple way to make one. And so what that does now is we have our chest up here. Place in, what we need to do first is, of course, this. So we put in our blocks. These hoppers are actually locked right now. So, these hoppers are locked, which means that these blocks of iron cannot be taken out of the hoppers above them. And now we add the feathers and the chicken. Raw chicken, of course, otherwise it would get a little bit messy. And we just plop them in there, and that starts getting sorted into the chest, leaving about 41. Yeah, 41. So whenever more chicken comes in, it gets deposited in here, because there's not going to be any blocks of iron, hopefully, being put in our farm. It'll sort properly, and basically that means leaving only one option for the eggs to go. So we put eggs in now. It should empty into the dispenser here. There we go. So we also want to just add, and there we go. We've already got chickens coming out, but we want to get rid of those. Okay, so now that we've done that, we need to, so we've had it come up 3 levels, and then on here we're going to build our hopper system. And we can build it any which way we want. I'm just, for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to just build it a small amount, but what we want to do is make it so all the hoppers sort of connect to that last hopper, and we can do that by adding a lot of, I'm just going to do a spiral actually. I think that will work. Yeah, so we can just spiral it, and that may be a little bit inefficient, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter. It'll sort no matter what, just slowly in some areas. Okay, so what we need to now do is build our 2-block high wall around. We can also use a fence if we're out in the open, or just anything if you want. I'm just doing this so it makes it look a little bit more modern and stylish. That's what I always like to do. Then we just bring concrete under there, and we need a fence now and carpet. So we can access the chest while we're in here, say. We just add that so we can do that exactly. So now we just need to build the water up. There we go. So that is it for the whole idea. If you feel like adding more customized areas, feel free. Yeah.